being the way people talk about it. But when I ask this question, I think anyone can answer it first, then every other person can talk about it. Are there any good officers, police officers? Or if you think there are good police officers, what percentage do you think there are in the Nigerian police force? So anyone can just start and we'll listen. And please try to keep it brief so other people can also chip in. Thank you.
Okay, let me just go first. From if I should take statistical record from my entire family members, I think the percentage of good, quality intelligent officers are not up to 5% out of 100. From my own cycle, I'm not even talking about my friends, my entire friends home and away. I'm just talking about my entire family, my father's side. Nobody is saying anything good about police. So I think from my own angle, if we should go to the field tomorrow, go and collect data, I don't think the percentage of good police will be up to
Uh-huh.
5%.
Bros, he's not rich. He not rich. Bro, he not rich. No talk that thing again. He
The
no rich start.
Mr. George,
See, let me tell
Mr.
you,
George the Vex.
bro, I dey provoke, no be sad, as an adepara. Bro, let me tell you, I don't think I've had a very horrible experience and terrible experience with the police. I'm telling you the gospel truth. Hello?
Hello, I think if
Yeah, John, we
okay,
can
Yeah, we
hear you.
can
We
hear
can
you,
hear
John.
you.
Can
Everyone
hear
can
you,
hear you.
bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now let me tell you something. You see, like I was the person that wrote that, what's it called? That the moment the Drug Enforcement Agency tally up with the police, they became corrupt. Yes. And that is exactly what happened. Like our police are so corrupt that any force way near them will corrupt as well. Oh yeah, now who agree with me now that since they formed this JTF, take a good look, you will see that civil defense don't they do what they know they do before. Just take a good look. Look at your area. If you get JTF, you go shock you. Say civil defense don't they do what they never they do before. Why? Because they don't hear police. Because if you near police, you must be corrupt. That is just the truth. Soldiers, every force get corrupt people, get bad eggs inside them. But police own. I overheard somebody, I don't know his name. He said they have a 30%. And so I had to correct that it's not 30%. The good ones in police is just 3%. The 97 are very, very corrupt. Now only 3%. Now imagine where you have a 3% as good eggs, then 97. Automatically everyone is corrupt now. You agree with me that everyone is corrupt. No be the oil now. No be the maltreatment from police. Now it cause these answers. No be we trigger the answers. They were shooting people because they just want to see your phone and they stop money from you. What is that? I know of a friend that left Nigeria just because of police molestation. Like the police molested him to the core. He had to leave this country for good. Why? See, if the job you're doing is not paying you, why not resign and go for a better job? Go do business now as you want money. You as an individual, you like counting money. Police is not meant to count money. They are meant to protect life and property.
Okay, John. John, thank you very much. Eh, is there anyone that want to reply to what John just said?
Okay, this is a tough one because almost everybody here, the way I'm saying it, everybody here hates police. Just like everybody hates Chris. Well, Mr. John, sorry to say you're wrong. Oh. Percentage, the one you're giving them is very, very wrong. There are good people in the police, seriously, plenty of them. It's so unfortunate you've not come across them. As I said,
We
you
don't have any
unmute
good
yourself. You
police in
want
Imo
to
State.
interrupt.
We don't have
You were
one
talking.
good
We all
police.
muted ourselves. No, let's be orderly here, please. Thank you.
Excuse me, Kingsley. John, I've mute you because you allow Kingsley to finish his statement before you can call me. Don't worry.
Okay, as I was saying, there are so many good police officers out there, and it's unfortunate, John, you've not come across anyone, and sorry you've had a bad experience with them. Well, my experience with the Nigerian police force is very, very bad, but I am here today and I'm telling you that there are good police officers. My dad was killed by the police. Do you understand? In 2000, year 2000, back then in Enugu State, my dad was killed by these same police I am backing today and telling you that there are good police officers. So if someone like me is telling you that there are good police officers, there are good police officers. And I pray one day you meet them and you will say, oh, so people like this, they really exist. You know,
Yeah,
I have envy.
Kingsley, sorry to say, John said they are good police officers, but he said 3%. So if you
That's what
say
I'm
they are
telling him,
good
that
police
the number
officers,
he gave is very, very, very 3%. No, percentage is over 100. You're giving them three.
so what
Three,
percentage? So what percentage will you give to them?
I well for me, see, the system is corrupt. Envy. I won't lie to you. Now, that's in not only police force everywhere, the military, politicians. Let's say Nigeria is fucked up for real. Nigeria as a whole is fucked up. Lawless country, very fucked up country, very disorganized and stuff. You get so, but this whole thing about police. Well, I envy man. I don't know what to say. Can someone just continue? Let my head.
No, Kingsley, what percentage are you giving
Yeah.
to the police? Let me hear your
Me,
percent.
for me, I'll give them at least 40, 40%. If not 50, if not 50-50, I'll just give them 40 so that you people will not crucify me this night. Let me just give them 40.
So Kingsley, are you saying that if we have are you saying that if we have 100 police officers, then 50 can be good and 50 can be bad?
Exactly, sir.
Okay. Does anybody want to say something about that? John, you can unmute yourself and say something if you want to reply to what Kingsley just said.
Yeah, Kingsley, let me tell you something. You know, as our faces are different, so as our hearts are, and our demands as human are as well. Maybe let's say you might be lucky or you carry grace. They jump those 3% what be mentioned. Then within you feel is up to 40% because you were just lucky, or should I say, grace found you and you were able to meet the good ones and few of the bad ones. But let me tell you that 88% of Nigerians have always been unlucky to meet the bad eggs in the police force. Now, let me tell you something that happened in 2021. I didn't do anything. Do you know my crime? The only crime I committed was I was putting on a gold. That was my crime. I was putting on a gold. They had to stop me and then start interrogating me like I was under investigation, like I'm being investigated. Why? Then after a while, I now discovered that it was the gold I had on my neck that made these guys to stop me. I couldn't bear it. Because me, I'm a very crazy person. Thank God, a good Samaritan walked in and then they settled everything. I left. Then, still on that year, when we were coming back from Lagos, now let me tell you something. These guys, they know new car. No matter how you want to spray your car, they know the one where they buy that day. Now we were coming back. Do you know that in every checkpoint, it was 1,000 that they were collecting. You give them 500 when they tell you they're mad for new car. Now we came down to Benin bypass. Oh my God, they stopped us. Now I denied owning my car. They were asking why, who owns this car? The driver was like, I picked these people from the road to drop them off, then collect. They don't look everybody finish. I had to hide my good because I was putting on the polo, so I hid it inside. They came and they were touching people's neck. They called me that I should come. Normally, in the police, they are good at being psychological. They said, "Who you're the owner of this car? Don't lie." I was like, even if you said, "Let me get time to get car na crime." The next thing when he asked me why I would get car, I say her say because I be Igbo guy. I say "Ihe mmadụ toro ego ya na ọ bụrụ ụsa." They say okay that I should now drop their own fee. I said I don't understand what you mean by your own fee. They said okay, do I think that they are playing? That I'm not living here without 500k. I was thinking these guys were kidding. I was thinking they were joking. Like maybe I was like, police is trying to be friendly today. They were now into comedy or something. I was thinking it was a skit or something. I didn't know these guys were mean until the economy get where them. Those that was about 3 guys. There was fly there. Those guys had been shot dead. They told me I would join those people now. Should be no one corporate. And this place now, why they tell you, there is one funny thing that happened. Let me tell you something. At that place, I noticed something. I don't have any network in my phone. But the moment these guys take you into their car, like they bring you into their helos, bros, you go get network. I don't know what they did there. That was one funny thing I noticed there. I was like, I don't have cash. They were like, ah, see, as I don't get cash now, that means I could do the other way around now. At last, so no, say network no day here. Oh, but these guys said I should come. The moment I entered their car, bros, network food here. They called a POS girlfriend. That's where I made the transfer. They drove me like, let's say, about I don't know, let's say 5 kilometers. Where for the POS girl where they do the transfer, they carry me go there to confirm the money. The girl say don't confirm am. The girl give them the money. That's as an I came back. I was like, am I dreaming? Is this happening for real? Why? What is my offense that I bought a car and my life is being threatened? And now let me tell you something, bro. I be guy man. I don't do street for long. I don't need someone. I don't need a prophet to tell me when a man with a gun is serious. Yes, a man with a gun can be funny, can be entertaining, can be joking at times. But bro, it takes a man that have been in the street to know when a man with a gun is serious. And believe you me, those guys were fucking serious. Along, they did very serious. I had to do the needful. I left. Man, up to today, that incident was still a shock to me. I'm not talking about the one that happens around me every day. Like when I mean every day, every day.
But it seems Ibrahim wants to give his opinion about if there are good police officers in Nigeria. Ibrahim, you wanted to say something about it.
Yeah, actually, we can't say there is no good police officers in Nigeria. We have, but they are very, very little. As to me, I'm going to give them like 2%. They are not even up to 5%. To me, the percentage of those ones. So when you pick 100 police, you can probably pick up just two good police among them out of 100. I had two scenarios or an encounter with a police officer, senior police officer, advising me that I should never in my life try to join the police force because he knows what is there. I'm saying this before God. The man advised me that I should not join the police force. I also know of another police that his fellow police did something to him, and he's saying, "Kai, police is not a good." So if this thing is coming out from someone who is serving from in the job, someone who is so if someone from the job can say something like that, how about we that doesn't know much about it? I think this is the contribution I have. Thank you.
All right, Patrick, do you? Uh,
All I have to say about that is about what Ibrahim said is, man, that was deep. Like that one hits different, really. So imagine people inside police saying some shit about it. That's just crazy, man. And for Mr. John, your experience, especially the one you narrated about the guys under the bypass, that is a horrible experience. Nobody should have to go through that. And you can see now, those ones now, it's not even about other is other. This is about they are just there being gangsters. So all I can, God, I beg you.
so, Patrick, do you think there are good police officers? And if there are, what percentage are you going to give them?
Man, I think there are not enough good police officers. I'll just put it that way. There are not enough good police officers. I have a friend of mine who I went to school with. He's a police officer now. This robotic I have to serve my Oga thing is so embedded into this guy that I don't even like I've blocked him, especially from this election period because I expected like okay, even as a police officer, okay, even if you have your other thing, bro, is what is happening? Is it good? And obviously, he doesn't see anything wrong with it. So me, I still feel the kind of people. Well, it comes since it comes from the top. If the top where the orga is where the horrible orders are coming from, then I think it has to start from there. If a man of principle is at the top of things, it will come down to the rest of them down under. If somebody under, for instance, look at the what's that thing happening in, is it Asaba or Onitsha or oh sorry, Anambra? Which kind thing be that, for God's sake? Like which kind thing be that? And you see now that nothing has been done about it. The people, from what I heard, have been released. So what kind of thing is that? A lot has to do with the reformation of the police, because it's so sad that people are here saying uh, they give 5% to the good police officer. My brother said 2%. That's how bad it is. That's how horrible it is. So to me, oh, I don't think there are enough good police officers. There are not enough. They are certainly not 40%, Mr. Kingsley. I promise you that. That's all I have to say.
Why do you guys think is the problem with the police? I will start with John. What do you think is the problem with the Nigerian police force?
Yeah, let me start by telling you that I have a very close family member who is a police officer. Now, me detesting the police is not like they are okay, but the bad X in there has influenced a whole lot of them. Now, the problem I think why they behave the way they behave is um so many of them know that the boss, like the Oga, the so-called at the top, are so mean and wicked that if they die at in active service or at the point of duty, their family wouldn't gain anything. Like I know of one that lost the dad up to the extent that they had to even start sleeping with the mom in order to process it fast. Now you could see where we have such. Why wouldn't they want to do evil to make sure that their family is okay, even if they didn't make it, even if they didn't make it? So I think the government should at least one increase their salary. Like when I mean increase it, at least they should have I heard they used to about 65,000 or thereabout. That is very poor for someone risking your life, his life in the line of duty. That is very poor. At least I was expecting maybe let's say anything from 180,000 should be okay. I think it's because these guys don't have enough. That is why they are doing what they are doing. They are being pushed because you can't tell me someone is being fed well and then he goes outside to be a glutton. No, I don't think so. So I think these guys are not properly taken care of by the government. That is why they behave the way they do. But we are all human beings as well, and we have conscience. Even if the country bad, no be only us, no be only them they suffer am, the citizens too. So why wouldn't they be like let them get angry with the government other than getting angry with the citizen that is suffering like them? So I think the government is the reason they are doing this. If they have been taken care of, I think we wouldn't have any issue. So that is my own that's the way I feel about the whole thing. That's my own thought
Thank
of
you
it.
very much. Thank you very much, John. Does anyone have a contribution to what John just said?
Yes, please. Yes, please. Mr. Kingsley, can I just say something? So, Mr. John said something about they need to pay them better XYZ ABC. See, not be waiting people they try do for Lekki toll gate be that time. The police not the same people that were that if we had made if everything had happened fine, okay, take for instance the election, if everything had happened fine and a good person gets into the government, they will get better remunerations, they will get better payments. But no, they just do take order, as they say, order is order. So it doesn't just make sense. At least if you see say something good now they come out of something, you go stand down now. I don't know, man, but I'm not a policeman, sure.
Okay, does anyone else have a
Um,
contribution?
okay, Envy. Um, one, I'll say the payment. The payment is sorry, my son just woke up. So let me leave the room. The payment is poor. Payment is poor. There was once a Nigerian police constable gets 8,500 naira as a monthly salary. And if you could remember back then when it was 8.5, the level of corruption in the police force was high, the rate. Now I think it's about up to 75,000 a month, thereabout to 100 and something. And everybody wants more, everybody wants a better life, everybody wants to have food, take care of your family and stuff. So if there's any way you see any little things that can give you one or two money as an extra, you definitely want to do it. Aside from you being a police officer, even if you're working in the bank or you're working anywhere, if you're not paid well, definitely that corruption whatever would be in your what's it called, your mind. Now the main point I want to give here, I don't know if, well, it's just my own point of view. The level of recruitment. You see this Nigerian police force and army. Most times when they say they are doing recruit for these junior officers, some of these police people who get into this recruitment, who they finally picked from, especially the northern side Hausa, most of these guys don't go to school. They don't even have this O level. They don't have any certificate. They just forge one or two things, and the next thing you see them, they're police officers. They don't know how to read. They don't know how to write. They don't know how to associate. They don't know how to live in social. As in, they just don't know nothing. All they care about is just for them to get money so they can smoke cigarettes, drink ogogoro, get paid later in the month, owe credits. When you get paid, they pay credits, then they go back to their next life and start harassing people just to get money. That is where the whole root of all these things we're having comes from. They pick the kind of set of people they recruit, people who don't who knows nothing. Now, if you meet a cadet police officer, someone who went to school, who has an OND or a BSc, masters, whatever, a cadet from an ASP, one star to IG of police, CSP, and the rest. If you get to meet these people, okay, their salaries are okay, you get to meet them, the way they handle your cases, the way they talk to you, okay, fine, there is hope on my case. If I have an issue, we no nothing. The way he handles it, he just wants your money. But still, yet, in some of them are still nice. Some of them can still handle your cases well, and they'll treat you nice. So I think that's where the force got it all wrong. If they're able to check who and who they're putting into this force, I think we'll have a better. I have to say for now. Thank you.
All right. Chief.
Okay, I wanted to, add to what Kingsley said concerning the level and manner. You see, when we were telling Kingsley just now that just because you are privileged or you happen to fall in the category of the 2 or 3, 5%, you think all the police officers are good, or 50% or 40% are good. They kidnapped my close friend called David. He has traveled out of Nigeria now, and he called me when they were just, beating the guy. They were beating the guy at night, so he were able to call me and they said we should transfer 3 million naira. I mean, I don't have 3 million. That David came for a poor family, poor background. He's a student. They caught that guy and one father, reverend father like that. So they were beating that David, and that David was with his girlfriend. They came to kidnap them. So this guy called me, and I started, at midnight. So I was just having just 300K because I have a farm. I was just having 300K, which I still sent. I started calling my own friends. Some sent 60K. Nobody have that emergency money to send you like that. So cut those three short, I was able to raise 500K between the space of at least 30 minutes. So they now abandon the guards. One that Lagos bypass Patrick or John was talking about. So we went there with some, vigilante. We went to pick this guy up, took him to the hospital. Now he now brought us. So I'm the one to handle his case now because that guy is badly injured. He's hospitalized. So I started following up the case, gave these police officers, credible information that they can use to track down these guys and all that. I transferred money to them. So now, do you know that when Kingsley is talking about a senior officer, cadet, whatsoever handled this case, see, I spoke to the DPO face to face inside his office. After everything, do you know what this guy did? He still carried my case to those illiterate at the counter there. That's where the whole thing got, police telling me that I should track this, I should track that. I don't want to even talk about my own case that I told you guys that I told you guys that I was kidnapped one time.
Okay. Okay, Chief. Okay, Chief.
But
Wait, Chief. I'm sorry. I just want you to say what you think is the problem with the force.
the thing is that Kingsley said something that those senior officers, they are very good when it comes to handling cases and all that, the ones that went to school. But I'm saying that those senior
Sorry, Chief. Sorry, Envy. Sorry for interrupting. I didn't say. I said sorry. I said when you meet a cadet officer, There is hope. When I said hope, it doesn't mean your case is as in they'll handle your case perfectly. I said there is hope. That's what I said.
Okay,
Don't
but
quote me
my
wrong,
point
sir.
my point here,
Yes.
I'm not saying that they are not intelligent. I'm saying that at the end of the day, they still take the case to those illiterate at the counter. That's my point. The so-called O level or whatever. They still go and give those people the case to handle, and that's where the end of the case. That's why you see these thieves, kidnappers, and everybody have the imagine have the audacity to keep on doing the same thing every time, because they know that when it gets to the police department, nothing will happen, because the
Okay,
police are
so
just there to
okay,
hit your
so
money.
okay, so in your opinion, what is the problem with the force?
I've
Be-
told you
no,
that,
because no, wait, I'm very sorry to interrupt. The things you are saying is the wrong things they have done. But what do you think? Where do you think the problem is coming from? Like John said that they are underpaid, and Kingsley said most of them are illiterates. So, what do you think is the main problem, in your own opinion?
the main problem in the police, just like what my other brother said, most of them, 90% of them are illiterate and they are underpaid. But outside the payment, I don't think payment is the issue, because at the end of the day, they are just corrupt. But I think the foundation is very, very faulty. These guys, they are not sanitizing these forces, and even the foundation, the oga at the top there, they lack a lot of exposure, and the incompetencies in terms of this, from the beginning to the top, and the gap is just too much. You understand me? These are, and the quality of people that they recruit, just like what Kingsley said, the quality of people that these people recruit, I think that is the basic, because in Edo State now, 80% of all the, I don't want to use those words, but let me just say thug, 80% of all the thugs are in the police force without proper documentation and without results. Like, if you just know anybody, somebody told me that one time, that when I nearly round up my secondary school, that he knows somebody that if I'm interested in joining the police, that I will just call that. Next tomorrow, I'm in the police. You can imagine. So I think that's the problem. That's where the problem is. I don't have problem with the oga. I have problem with the ones on the field. You know, they are the one causing the atrocity. I think the quality of people that they recruit on a daily basis is the one destroying the image of the force. That's my own thing.